What's going down, y'all? What's going down? BBG here, and we got a special vlog. I want to tell y'all how to stay motivated. Let's do it.
Young Savage, why you trapping so hard? Why these niggas capping so hard? Why you got a 12-car garage? Why you pulling out?
What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all been? Haven't talked to y'all in a minute. I've been, of course, producing videos and, streaming like normal, but I haven't, sat down and talked to y'all. How y'all been, man? Let me know what's going on in y'all lives and what's been happening, y'all. You know me, same old thing. Been grinding, y'all, day in and day out, No rest for the weary. And, going in. But let's get to the main topic of this video. A couple of people that I talk to on a normal basis, whether I see it on Instagram or like I see it on Twitter and just other things like that, they always want to know how to stay motivated. Normally what I say is you can look at it and and some people it's the harsh way that gets them through it, but you can look at it in two ways. You can look at it in like the nice way, or you can look at it in the harsh way. And what I mean by that is, like, you can look at it in the nice way, like, oh well, I can do it, oh great, oh man, I have time to do it, and I have time to act, and everybody believes me, and everybody supports me. Oh, I've got plenty of time to work on my dreams. Time's not gonna pass me by, and I'm still young, and things like that. Or you can look at it, and and that's mostly what makes people comfortable, because they think that just because they're young, time won't pass them by and things like that. Or what got me to start working and stuff and grinding and everything and going after what I want before it's too late is the simple fact that the harsh reality. And what the harsh reality is pretty much saying that you don't have a choice, really. Because, and my parents, my mom, my dad always raised me when I was a little kid, and they told me, right from the get-go that, the world really doesn't give a fuck about you. That's just straight up facts, unless you're relevant and, unless you're famous and fame can go away and things like that, or unless, you're somebody of big importance, nobody cares about you. And the simple fact that, when you think about it in the harsh way, but the more realistic way is that if you don't act in your dream, no one else will. And I used to say, if you don't act in your dream, somebody else will. And that's true too, but it's even more true when I say that if you don't act in your dream, then nothing's gonna happen. Like, plain and simple. I read somewhere that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same result, and that's so true. I mean, if you wake up in the morning and, the biggest example of this is, if you're heavy, if you're not overweight and you don't work out, but you eat and you lay down, how are you going to complain that you're getting heavy? Or, I guess people don't look at you in an attractive way, or, you're, just not comfortable with your body. How do you expect anything to change? You're just not going to wake up, snap your fingers, and, have a six-pack. Because, if you could do that, everybody else would. And, it's the same thing with grinding and working, really. It's like, you get up and you can't just sit there and think to yourself, oh, why can't I just, for a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, I guess you could say, it's like, why can't I just wake up and just have like a couple 100,000 subscribers, or a couple 100,000 viewers in my chat, something like that. Why am I not partnering and things like that? You just can't say that and then wake up and expect it to happen, because like I said, trust me, if it was easy, everyone would do it, and it's not easy. And I guess the realest part, or the easiest thing to realize and remember every single time that you don't feel like doing something, and what I like to do personally, and I tell people to do the same, is who are you going to look at in the mirror, or who are you going to point fingers at when you're not where you want to be? And you're, let's just say in my instance, I'm just going to use an example, I'm 21, and by the time I'm like 26 or 27, so a good 5 or 6 years from now, like, if I look in the mirror and I'm still where I'm at right now, which I do not want to be, I've come a long way, and y'all have supported me, almost 1K subscribers and things like that, and I'm getting places on Twitch, but of course I want to keep on improving. I'm not saying that in a negative way, like I don't want to be here, like, no, I'm just saying, but if I stayed comfortable in the position I'm at right now, and I was just lazy with my uploads and lazy with my stream times and stuff like that, there's only one person I could look at in the mirror when I'm 26 and 27 and I haven't accomplished nothing, and that's me. And like I said, the reality of it is the world's not going to give a shit whether I decide to make it my own way or not. Either way, I think one of the biggest reality shocks for me, and y'all let me know in the comments below, was like a big reality shock for you. Like when you realized the world didn't care about you. I was on like a seventh, no, excuse, I was on like a 10th or 11th grade field trip. I was in NJRTC for the Navy. It's a Junior Reserve Corps, and like we were on a field trip, and we went to Wendy's. And like, I forgot I didn't bring money. I forgot I didn't bring money, and I was, thinking, this is when I thought the world loved you for some reason, and I went up to one of the commanders, and I was like, I didn't bring any money, and they were like, oh well, you're just not gonna eat, and I was like, but I'm hungry. And they were like, well, we don't give a damn. Like one of the officers literally said, we don't give a shit. We're not your parents. You're not gonna eat. And like, I went over and I just sat with like one of my, people in my class. They weren't really friends, just associates since they were in my class. They looked at me and they said, why aren't you eating? And I was like, oh man, I haven't eaten all day. I forgot money. And they were like, oh damn, that sucks for you. And like, that, even though that sounds like something common sense, to most people, to me that was like a big shock, because I was like, damn, like, what happens if I hadn't eaten in like a couple of, like, still nobody would care. What happens if I hadn't eaten like a couple of days, and like, nobody gave a shit. Like I was like, wow, like nobody really does give a fuck about you. And like, that opened my, that opened my third eye, as I say, like, and it made me realize that holy shit, nobody gives a fuck whether I succeed, fail, dying, starving, whatever happens to me. Only people that care about you, your family and friends, and even them to a certain point, you start to get on their nerves, they'll kick you out too. So in reality, you really only have yourself. So, and that was a big shocker for me, and I'm happy that my parents raised me the way that they did, and I'm happy I went through these experiences, and I wanted to bring this to y'all, because like you never want to get comfortable, y'all, and like where you're at right now. You always want to stay improving. Like the moment you think you're okay, you're really not. Like the moment you think that everything's fine and you are good where you should be, it's not the case. Like always be trying to improve, y'all. Don't become obsessive with it, but always be trying to improve yourself and make yourself better. One of my examples, y'all, like I'm trying to and it's like I'm still breaking this habit. It's a hard, like, when I first started streaming, and let me know if this is the same, like your brain forms habits after a little bit. At first, when I first started streaming, I didn't have the motivation to stream because I didn't have anybody coming in my stream. Of course, you're starting out, 0 viewers, 0 followers, clean slate, you're neutral, and people don't hate you, people don't love you, just neutral. Starting, and one of the very first time I streamed, I was streaming like I think Advanced Warfare for the first time or something like that back in 2015, and like I went for like 3 or 4 hours and nobody came into my chat, and I was like, oh fuck this, I'm about to just get off and just call it. And somebody finally comes in my chat, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be great. Very first person that ever comes in my chat, very first thing they say is fucking die, nigga. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? And like, that was, and like, of course, sometimes I wouldn't stream, sometimes I would. I didn't have a set schedule and things like that. And as time went on, as I streamed every day, it became a habit. And like that's what happens, when you start doing things that you at first don't want to do because you're lazy, you start forming habits from them. And that's the thing, like that's all you have to do really. Once you get up and you start doing these things you necessarily don't want to do, and the brain does that for some odd reason. Like the brain, it tells you anything that you want to do, it's going to tell you not to do it if it's a lot of hard work. The brain's programmed to make things easier for you. And if you find something stressful or something that causes you to work, your brain's going to try to neutralize that so you don't do it. But once you train your brain, and like I said, after, 2 or 3 years of doing this, now when I wake up, it's like I have to stream. Now, I'm not saying like literally like I'm forced to, like even if I don't want to, I'm forcing myself to stream. I'm saying that like my brain is like, what are you doing? Like, if I'm 5 minutes late, get your ass up, get on that computer. Like, it went from like, oh, I can afford to be late to, nah, this is what I'm doing. That's what eventually happens if you just keep on working. You just got to get started though. That's probably one of the hardest parts, and for people who, having a hard time getting started, like I said, just think of that reality, man. Think about, let's just say, this will be, I pray nothing of this happens to y'all, but let's just say, family members die or something, and you don't have any money whatsoever. What's gonna happen? Like I said, going out into this world and begging someone for a job, they're gonna say fuck off. Someone, you telling someone that if you don't let me live with you, I'm gonna kill myself or some shit, they'll just laugh at you. Telling like a landlord you don't have the money, blah blah, just excuses. They don't give a shit, and they need their money. And so like I said, y'all, when you look into when you look into like the perspective of it, y'all, it's all about getting up and doing, doing what you don't want to do. And it's weird how like I said, how the brain is programmed to, try to make you do things that are simple, but you need to force yourself to do things that are not comfortable with. And even now, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Even now, man, I'm supposed to upload this video. Y'all gonna be seeing this video on a Monday. This video is supposed to be uploaded Sunday. I got home. I had taken my camera. I was gonna actually originally record this on my Canon because I never used that. Like I was gonna be using that, recording it on my Canon in my car or something like that. Man, I went all the way up to my mom's house, like a good hour away from my dad's house, and I forgot the battery that goes into the bottom of the camera. So I had to come all the way back to my dad's house. When I came back here, he had already made me food, so I just ate the food. I laid down. Next thing you know, it was 3:30 in the morning. That's what it is right now. It's 3:35 a.m. on Monday, November 6, 2017. And I'm like, damn. I missed the whole day. I'm supposed to be stream uploading Sunday. I know some of my subscribers are probably like, where the hell is the Sunday video at and stuff like that, man. And like I said, y'all, even now, your brain will try to force you to do things. I was listening to music for a good hour before I started recording. Man, I'm telling you, man, your brain will really try to force you to do things that you don't want to do because, like, or not that you don't want to do, things that, like, are difficult for you to do. Because when that's just the way you're designed, you just, like I said, you got to push through it, and, like I said, number one thing you just think about is if I don't do this and I can't expect anything to get done. Don't expect us to wake up and have like whatever your goals are, and let me know what your goals are, because I think I told y'all some of my goals. I've got big goals, shit. If you're like one of the motivational speakers I watch, is if goals don't scare you, nothing will. I've got really big goals, but let me know what y'all goals are down in the comments below too. And it's just like I said, y'all. You just gotta take it into perspective and realize that you're the only one that can do it. And another question that I get asked a lot is like, oh, these motivational videos, they're not like motivating me, or I'll watch them and I get motivated and then I'm right back to my lazy behavior. Why is that? Another big reason that is because the simple fact that like only you can change yourself. Motivational videos are good for you in terms of like getting you like pumped up. Like you could use motivational videos in certain situations, like football, before a football game, so just to get you hyped up. But motivation is not going to change your mindset. Like if I can sit there and I was telling one of my friends, and I'm really happy he started streaming, and now telling one of my friends that I can sit here and hammer you all day and tell you like you need to get started, you need to get started, you need to get started. If you don't get started, you need I can tell him that all day. But if within himself or herself or whoever I'm talking to, if they don't decide they're gonna get started personally, then it doesn't matter. It all comes down to you. Like I said, y'all, you have to look yourself in the mirror. The only person that's living your life is you, no matter what anybody says. And that's about it, y'all. Like I said, it's pretty simple. And you just gotta keep on pushing forward, waking up every morning. Now, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that and just to let y'all know, this little creak in my fucking chair getting old, but just any way, shape, or form, it's not gonna be easy. Like I'm just disclaimer, it's not gonna be easy. Anything you don't want to do, your brain's gonna tell you that you don't want to do it. It's not gonna be something that you can just wake up and just simply wow, I'm like, it's not like that. It's not gonna come to you, and this whole entire, like I said, y'all, it's really simple and people really overlook it. But if it was easy and simple, everybody would be successful in the United States. Everybody would be successful everywhere. If it was that easy to lose weight, everybody would have 6-packs. Everybody would eat what they want and just still look like a fucking Zeus or some shit. Like everybody, if you could make millions with just sitting here, and for example, if I could make millions, I'm gonna be honest, y'all, if I could make millions but just laying in my bed, who wouldn't do that? Oh, that's not the right way to do it, Timster. Like, really? Come on, man. If everybody could make money in millions easy like that, people would do it. And like I said, it doesn't come easy, so you gotta work for it. And of course, when you work for it and it pays off, it's that much more rewarding. And start your journey, y'all. Start that journey, man. Do not wait until you're at a certain time. A motivational videos always say most of these multimillionaires and billionaires like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and all these motivational speakers and things like that, and they all say the same thing: you're never going to be ready 100% of the time. Like, that's another thing people say is like, when am I going to be ready? You won't be. Like, plain and simple, you won't be. You won't be able to train your brain hard enough. Like, the moment you start doing whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna be nervous, gonna be scared, you're gonna be anxious, etc., etc., etc. Now, I understand that, some of us are in different situations. Now, my situation personally, now I'm working on, what I care about right now, living with my parents, things like that. Some of y'all might not have a situation like that. Some of y'all might be younger than I am. Some of y'all might be able to have this situation and capitalize on it way before, you get to my age of 21. Maybe some of y'all are older and y'all are working right now. I know some people would like to tell me the same thing. Well, in the real world, listen, I can see it now. In the comments, you fucking nigger. No. So, if you're working and you have to work, then you just sit back and you work on your dream in the meantime. All I'm saying, y'all, is do not let your idea or your dream become someone else's reality, or even bigger and worse, do not let your dreams just go down the drain because you were too lazy to work on them. And I think one of the biggest regrets anybody can have is number one, being on their deathbed, or number two, getting to 60 or 70 or 80, something like that, and they're thinking to themselves, imagine what I could have been if I would have worked and grinded, but look where I'm at now. And I'm sorry, y'all, I just can't. And let me, y'all break it down to me, man. Let me know what y'all think about this 40-hour week, 9 to 5. Y'all, do y'all see the world different? Y'all got to give me y'all opinions, man. Y'all see the world different than I do. People call me crazy and stuff, but when I go into a room and I see people, I see them differently than everybody else does. Everybody else is the best way I can put it, if y'all seen them commercials when everybody's walking in a straight line, everybody's just normal doing everything, and then you see that one person break away from the line, and and they're just different from everybody else. You just see a whole straight line of millions of people, and then one person, and let's just say they're all blue, and there's one red in there. He breaks away and sees everybody else as just what are they doing? That's kind of how I see the world. I look around and I see people that I'm what are they doing? I'm going into parking lots, or going into restaurants, or wherever I go, and I look around and I say, man, they're okay living like this, mediocre lives. And now I'm not judging everybody, because for all I know, they could be living their best lives they could. Everybody has different standards. You could have went from homeless to having a car, and that to you could have been a dream come true. That's all you wanted. You weren't looking for anything extreme. For you were at the very bottom and just came to the top. For you, that's fine. I'm not saying that you have to have everything, but like I said, I look at everyone and I'm thinking to myself, this can't be right. This whole entire, people say, that's just the way it is, oh, you just have to work, and you just have to work that 40 hour. No, you man, what? People honestly don't know, y'all, it's the US. I'm talking to everybody, whether you're in the US or not. You don't have to live a life of stress. Life is not meant to be stressful. What's the point? What would be the point of living? If your life was going to be just nothing but stress, it'd be stupid. There's no point in living then. Nah, y'all, you're meant to be happy, you're meant to enjoy life. For you Christians out there like myself, God gave you life, and to live life abundantly and happy. You're not meant to be sad. One of the motivational videos I was watching a week ago, this guy had a really good diagram, and it looked it was just amazing. It's simple but amazing. It's a big circle, and in the center of it said, why worry? And then it said, do you have a problem? And then said yes. And it was can you change it? Yes. Then why worry? Do you have a problem? Yes. Can you change it? No. Then why worry? So y'all, no matter what, y'all, you think of it like that, you're just fine. And I'm gonna end it, y'all. I'm gonna end this video on a famous quote from one of my favorite motivational speakers, Les Brown. He said that statistically proven, the biggest regret or the biggest dreams can be found at the cemetery. Or the question was, to the audience, where do you think you'll find, the biggest loss and things like that, and or the biggest dream failures and things like that. And everybody was thinking, saying things in the audience like, oh, at work, or if someone gets murdered, like a mass murder or something like that. And he was like, nah, the cemetery, and he was like, because at the cemetery you'll find, graves and things, and you'll look at people and you'll see, dreams that were never, conquered, lives that were never truly lived, regrets and shame and dishonor and things like that. So y'all, like I said, man, just even if you got to go through the motions, y'all, just keep on working, keep on moving forward. Like I'm telling y'all, man, G real honest. Like sometimes I get tired too, man. There are times in my stream that, like I said, I'm sitting back and I'm like, and there's background noise going on, and like I don't have a door, so my dad come in the house, there's a whole bunch of noise, and he's on the phone and he making noise in the kitchen, and there's noise upstairs, and just a whole bunch of shit. And there's sometimes in my stream when it's quiet and nobody's talking, everything a streamer goes through, and it's like, man, like wow, I still got like 3 hours left or two, things, and y'all at YouTube, I gotta get up right now and I gotta do this and do that, but y'all just keep on going, because it will pay off in the future. I promise you, y'all. I promise you. I cannot think of one person that kept on going and didn't succeed. And to be honest with you, life is really simple when you think about it in like a bigger perspective, not just the little things but the big things. Like it's either success or death, really. That's your only two options. You think about it, like everything that happens in the middle is like, it's like either you succeed or you die trying. And I'd rather succeed or die trying, that I know that I was die knowing that I was trying to go after something that I truly cared about and I love, instead of working this fucking job I hate. Like y'all, I'm telling y'all, the amount of stress that y'all don't understand. Like my friend was talking to me, one of my best friends, y'all know TJ, one of my best friends, man. He's breaking it down to me, telling me about I should get a job and everything, get some money coming in and shit like that. And I'm like, man, it's like, son, like I don't know how people do it. Like I cannot, like and I asked him how he does it. He's like, oh, because I just got to him. I'm like, man, like I just cannot do things I don't want to do. Like it is extremely hard for me to do things that I do not want to do. Like I'm just like, I don't know. Let me know how y'all are. Like people will say that's just reality, Tim Story. You just have to get over it, because like son, when I tell you that, like when that alarm went off in the morning and I had to go to work, like I felt like just fucking like Hulk throwing my phone across the room. Like when I say depressed, y'all don't understand. Like when I say depressed and mad, and just on like a whole nother separate level of like anger and shit. I'm talking about punching someone in the fucking mouth like for no reason kind of anger. Like it's just, and I could not do that. I could not live that life. And then also on top of that, see, when you're depressed and sad, you can't expect to be able to work on things that you care about when you're sad. Like if you're working at a job that you're quote unquote tolerating, and or like you like it in some kind of way, and it all goes down to mindset and stuff, and then you're working on your dream, that's one thing. But if you're working at a job you absolutely despise, like you're just wasting time there, you don't like it, and like how can you expect to go and work on your dream? And that's the thing that I was going through. Like I would go to work and shit, and like customer service for me, y'all, like just I love people. Like I love talking to like people who I care about, like y'all, like my family on YouTube and my family on Twitch. Like I consider y'all I talk to y'all on YouTube and Twitch more than I talk to like most of my people in my family. Not that I love them all, I die for them, kill for them and things like that, but like I talk to y'all more than I would interact with people out in the random. Like I don't go to parties, and y'all know everything, and it's like, man, like I go to work and just get fucking irritated and harassed all day by fucking people who would ask dumbass questions at my job over stupid shit that I really didn't care about. Like I said, I worked at a gas station and stuff like that, y'all. People coming in, why are the gas prices so high? Why is that? You need to do your damn job if the gas prices are, just add, yelling and saying things out of control since you're working a corporate job, of course you can't respond back the way you want to, so you just gotta, smile and, oh yes ma'am, I'm sorry sir, and shit, stupid shit like that, and people asking dumbass questions, and like I couldn't go from that and just being like depressed and be like, damn, another day. Like, you get off of work and you're excited, but then you start thinking, I gotta wake up tomorrow, and literally it would get to the point where it was like, not on no crazy dumb suicidal shit, nothing like that, but it would get to the point where I was like, damn, like I hope I don't wake up tomorrow. Like I was legitly sitting there thinking sometimes, like, damn, I really hope I don't wake up. Sometimes like, man, it'd be nice, if I just died. Like it was like bad, like really bad. Like nah, like I couldn't go from that and then like go home. And like I said, my dad would already be here. The thing about, like I said, me and my situation right now, I was like, when I wake up, I can stream a little bit. I've got my stream scheduled to work around the noise now. If y'all have noticed, like when I stream in the morning, there's not going to be noise because my dad's at work. By the time I'm ending the stream, he's just walking in the door. By the time I start the other stream at night, he's sleeping because he has to go to work. So I worked around the noise, and when I would get home from work already, like he would be here. So, he'd be already making a whole shitload of noise. And I would only stream for like 4 hours in a day. Yeah. I stream from like 9 to 12. And I would be late half of the time. Because like on my time zone, Eastern time zone, everyone's sleeping. So, nobody will be up in there really. Because I wouldn't, be reaching any significant, people. Just anyone. Like, and it's just like 4 hours a day. That's not a lot. Like, to be honest with you, like, that's not grinding to me. Snap, that'll go by fast, especially if you're having fun. Snap, that'll go by fast. Like, and it's like, it was like, man, like I would go home and by the time I get home, it would be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. I eat food. I'm tired from work, so I would lay down being like, oh, I'm gonna just take a nap just for a quick second. Wake up at like 11 p.m. And I'm like, wow, like I only had 1 hour of stream left. So I would get on for like an hour or 30 minutes. Nobody would show up in the stream and be like, damn, I missed a whole nother like stream session. And then like go to sleep around like 3 or 4 because I woke up, I took a nap, so I'm not that tired. Go to sleep like 3 or 4 or some shit like that. And then wake up and repeat the same shit over again. So y'all, in short, y'all, like I said, stick to what you love and what you care about. Only person that's living your life is you. You choose. I don't care if you're 8 or I don't care if you're 28, 38. Like, you choose your life. Your parents and your family and friends only have so little influence. You can take what they say, with a grain of salt, or you can take advantage of it, but it's up to you. Only you can live your life. Don't let someone else mold your life for you. That's one thing I will not do. Like, I mean, if it came to it, if my dad decided to kick me out right now, so be it. I'd stream on my phone or some shit. Like, I'd find some kind of way to, keep on working on what I love, because I'm not gonna be molded into the society of working a job I don't like for 40 years, the 40-40-40 rule, working for 40 years at a job you hate, you can't stand the people, you don't get paid, so that's the first 40 years, and then retiring, with what's it called, retiring, with only 40% of what was it? Yeah, you work 40% of your life, or probably more than that, 40% of your life, making 40% of what you should be making, after taxes and all that other shit. And then after you retire, you only get 40% of what you made. So it's always 40-40-40, and I'm not gonna do that, and I hope y'all say the same. But y'all, let me know what y'all thought of this video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. I got some editing to do. I will see all y'all on Tuesday. I won't be in for the morning stream. I'll be watching my cousin and stuff, but I will be in the night stream this morning, which is Monday, November 6th. I will be on this morning, in the evening, normal time and stuff like that. Shout out to my man, Cleanup Guy, real chill dude, real cool dude. You know, he came in the stream on Saturday night, real chill. You know, he's the one of the people the directors for Escape from Tarkov and things like that. Really chill, y'all. I'm loving that game. You know, I'll catch y'all in the morning for some Tarkov, and if you come to the morning stream, it's Tarkov exclusive. You come to the night stream, that's COD exclusive. I'm playing World War II. I'm loving. I'm about to prestige already, man. Hashtag no life. But I will catch y'all when I see y'all. If y'all watch this whole video, I appreciate it. I know I rambled and went off topic a couple times, y'all, but I hope that y'all got like the summary of what I was trying to tell y'all, and I will see y'all later. BBG.
Let's get Wiz Khalifa high, yeah. Get meditated up and medicated, get Wiz Khalifa high, yeah. Throw your caps in the air like you know you made it. I told moms I ain't tripping over school cause I made it, said, boy,